All rise. Oyez, oyez, oyez. The United States Court of Appeals for Veterans Claims is now in ceremonial session. The Honorable Margaret Bartley presiding. All who have business before this court draw near and you will be heard. God bless the United States and this honorable court. Please be seated.
Well, I want to welcome everyone to this ceremonial session of the court. We are convened today for the formal investiture of our new clerk of court and executive officer, Tiffany Wagner. With me on the bench are, and I will go from my left to the right, Judge Mormon, Senior Judge Mormon, Judge Laurer, Judge Toth, Judge Meredith, Judge Falvey, Judge Daquith, and Judge Sholin. So let's get started. I want to tell you a little bit about our new clerk. Ms. Wagner earned a Bachelor of Arts degree from Purdue University, a JD specializing in environmental law and policy from Valparaiso University School of Law, a Master's of Law in Environmental Law from George Washington University School of Law, and a Master of Science in National Security Strategy from the National War College at Fort McNair. She spent 21 years in the U.S. Air Force, having retired at the end of October as a U.S. Air Force colonel. She had extensive service in the Judge Advocate General Corps and served in multiple locations: Ohio, Germany, Washington, D.C. multiple times, Texas, Qatar, Florida, Maryland multiple times, and Nebraska. From 2020 to 2021, she served as the executive officer of the Office of the Judge Advocate General, managing the headquarters Air Force Judge Advocate General staff at the Pentagon. And most recently, she was the legal director of the Air Force Review Board's agency at Joint Base Andrews in Maryland, where she led their professionals, providing counsel to support 11 secretary-level quasi-judicial boards that adjudicated 8,000 cases per year, affecting over 3 million veterans, civilians, total airmen, and guardians. And here today with Ms. Wagner is her husband, Mike Giroux. And by the way, they're in the front row here on my right. Mike Giroux, who is also an Air Force veteran. They met on their first assignment at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Dayton, Ohio. Ms. Wagner was running the tax center, and Mike was her best volunteer. And so, see, volunteerism is important, court staff. And Mike separated from service after 3 years, pursued a career as an actuary, and became a chartered financial analyst, and is now the deputy chief investment officer at the Thrift Savings Plan. You can all consult him back when we're eating cake later. And they live in Alexandria with their 2 very independent-minded dogs, Cisco and Dwight. And now to the essential business of today's gathering. I am going to come off the bench, and Ms. Wagner and her husband will be coming down into the well. We have had some last minute adjustments here because adjusting for YouTube. And so we are doing this. Mike, you can come over. So I'm going to administer the oath of office to Tiffany Wagner. Okay, you've raised your right hand, and you can affirm by saying "I do" after I administer the oath. Do you, Tiffany M. Wagner, solemnly swear that you will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that you will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that you take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that you will well and faithfully execute and discharge the duties of the office on which you are about to enter. So help you God.
I do.
Wonderful. Okay, congratulations. And we know that you've all been doing the job for a few weeks, but now you are officially the clerk of the court and executive officer. Guys, pay attention. She's your boss. And I just want to recognize you and allow you to say a few words.
All right. Thank you so much, Chief Judge Bartley, for presiding over this ceremony. It's been wonderful to have you do this, and thank you for the words said about me and my husband, and that brief background was very well done. And thank you, judges, for being here to support me, as well as everyone here from the court supporting me. I really appreciate you taking time out of your day to come in and celebrate this with me. It is really an honor to take on this position. I am eager to work with each and every one of you here at the court. I've been so impressed by everyone's enthusiasm and dedication. This court is really full of professionals, and I hope that I can learn from you and work with you so we can maintain the high standard that this court has. I also want to say thank you to Mr. Greg Block, the previous court, who I believe is watching on live stream right now, for being very gracious and helping me be trained to take on this role in this position. And so I don't want to stand between you any longer, because there is cake waiting for us. So thank you so much.
No, you can both stay in the well here. Before we close, I do want to thank Dawn Braquet, the executive assistant to the clerk, who is here on my right, and she's serving as a courtroom clerk for this event. Upon adjournment, the judges will greet Ms. Wagner and her husband in the well of the court, and then you're all invited to join us for cake in the judges conference room, the VOJ conference room, right behind the courtroom. And I encourage all of you to stop in and greet Ms. Wagner there. Thank you very much.
It's going to really help. It's good to have you here. It's good to have you back.
We're going to take the judges and Tiffany, her husband, are going to take a few photos here. You all can